a spell like this, how much of your job is it to manage emotions and to try to keep the guys from being down?
Well, it's yeah. I mean, you don't want people to be down, but you also have to have your chest up, your chin up, and you got to face the music. You know, there's pressure everywhere. You can't hide from it. So, yeah, you know, you want to be positive, but you also got to know, you know, like I don't think we had a couple of minutes of ozone time possession. That's not good enough. I mean, there's things that are not good enough, and you have to face it and deal with it as a coach. Why is that the fact? And then you address it, you practice it, you keep, you know, stating the facts why, and then make people accountable.
Were there a lot of good things to take from last night's game? I mean, seeing, you know, JT, left backy,
well, I thought Huggy gave us all he had. I thought he makes a difference, even though he's a little hamstringed right now, a little bit. I thought Myers was really good last game. I thought JT had a really good game. Yeah, there's positives that way. But as a team, you know, we got to get better.
How, you know, you take the games one at a time, but obviously you look at this trip, and this could be a defining trip for the team. What is the urgency level like? You know,
well, it's obviously, it should be always high, but you also got to play the game calm in your head. You know, like you don't want people to be nervous out there, squeezing the stick, but there's things that you got to participate. You know, you got to go. You know, we didn't go through many people last night, and you can't have. And I'm not going to single out guys, but there's a group of guys that have to play better in that area. Time and space on our own end. We're giving up a little too much time and space. Offensively, a one-on-one situation where you have a guy on your back, you got to hold the puck. You got to make a play. You can't just throw pucks away. Those are things that are. Those are responsibilities as a player on this team that you have to do. Yeah, you're going to have a bad game here and there, but it can't be a trend.
Last year it seemed, I mean, it was very different. Probably at some point you want to move on from last year, but it seemed like the team didn't repeat a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Like if you had something wrong, you fixed it, and it kind of stayed fixed. Are there a lot of mistakes getting repeated this year?
Well, it's not one mistake. It's the mistake, and then another. The same ship makes another mistake. So it's okay for a guy to make a mistake, but then you got to hold it. You know, you got to hold the ship, right? You just can't get out of character and then you dive in or whatever or get beat. Now all of a sudden you've made two mistakes on the same shift, and that's when it gets dangerous. You know, then all of a sudden the goalie, instead of playing half the net, plays post to post. Instead of like, oh, this guy made a mistake. If I hold my position, we'll let Demmer or Lanks have this shot, a high percentage shot for a goalie to stop it. Where we leave our spot and we make a mistake, now all of a sudden it's a backdoor. These are the things that probably drive coaches, or I know it drives me nuts, is those backdoor unnecessary goals.
Was so bad. This is terrible.
For Brad Marsh, and he's hanging around the front of the net, around the front of the net, around the front of the net. And then as he tries to gather him, it's just a matter if it's two or anything more than.
Quinn, thanks for taking the time to come and sit down and chat with me today.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.